Om Sai Ram, and warm welcome to the ninth week or ninth episode of Sri Ram Vijay Granth lecture series. We have together completed 9 weeks. That is, of course, because of the blessings, the kind inspiration of Lord Sri Ram and our dear Baba. So today we are going to take up in this episode chapter 25, 26, and 27 respectively. In today's episode, we are going to learn about Vali and Sugriv. So, without the least delay, let us proceed to our today's episode. We dedicate this presentation on the lotus feet of Lord Sri Sainath Maharaj for his kind inspiration and blessings for undertaking the study of Lord Sri Ram's pastimes. Let us, with his grace and blessings, dive deeper into the pastimes of Lord Sri Ram. So today, let us begin with chapter 25. One day, while Brahmadev was performing a penance, a drop of his tears fell on his hand, and it bore a king called Ruksharaj. He was a monkey. While he was going from forest to forest, he came to a river in Kailash, the kingdom of Shiva. He bathed in the river, but immediately after, he became a beautiful female. It was appointed by Parvati, wife of Shiva, that any man who would bath in the river would become a female. So the river was, in one way you may say, it was cursed. Mata Parvati had said that whosoever will take a bath in this river will turn into a female. By Indra, she got Vali and Sugriv by the sun. So having heard that Ruksharaj became a female, Brahmadev came to the river and prayed to Parvati to restore his son to his former form. Parvati listened to his prayer and made Ruksharaj a man again. So God then created a country called Kishkindha and gave it to him. So after making a family like this, so now there were four characters in the show. They were Ruksharaj, his wife, and Vali and Sugriv. And then Brahmadev pleaded Mata Parvati to free him from the curse, that he is my son, he is born from my tears. And so Ma Parvati became merciful and she restored back his manly form. So hence the Kishkinda Rajya was created. Ruksharaj ruled in the country for some time and having placed his eldest son Vali on the throne, proceeded to heaven. Vali and Sugriv lived together and loved each other. Vali was very powerful and invincible. He was presented by Indra with Vijayamala. So what is this Vijayamala basically? It is a garland which if put around the neck of a warrior always gives him success in a war. So after some time, both the brothers became mortal enemies. So after being enshrined in the throne, Vali and Sugriv, they were okay. The days were passing like that. Vali was in fact gifted by Vijayamala by Lord Indra. But after some time, both the brothers became mortal enemies, and Vali carried off his beautiful wife Rama for fear of his brother. Sugriv made his abode on the hills called Rishyamukh Parvat. They both fought together every 6 months. So after the interval of every 6 months, they both used to meet and fight for the kingdom. Ram bade Maruti to tell Sugriv that he would kill Vali and restore his wife to him. So in the previous episode, we saw how Hanumanji was united with Lord Ram, and Lord Ram promised Hanumanji that I would surely save this kingdom called Kishkindha from Vali. I will kill him. So Maruti immediately went to Sugriva after getting the affirmation of Lord Ram and said to him, "You are in grief of your wife, so also Ram for his wife Sita. Ram has promised to help you in recovering your wife, and you will have to help him also in recovering his wife Mata Sita." Sugriv was glad that Maruti had told him and set out with his army of monkeys to see Ram. On his arrival, the prince cordially received Sugriv and told him all about Sita. Sugriv said that the previous day he heard screams of a woman and showed the ornaments found by the monkeys to Ram. The prince identified the ornaments as belonging to his wife and started shedding tears. So Lord Rama was handed over the jewelries which were thrown from the Ratha of Lord Ram, of not Lord Ram, it's Ravan, sorry. So she threw all the jewels from the while she was being carried away to Lanka, and those jewels were picked up, if you remember, by the five mighty monkeys, and they handed them over to Lord Ram. And after identifying them, Lord Ram started shedding tears. Sugriv said, "Do not be afraid. I shall help you with my able ministers Nal, Neel, and Jambuvant in recovering Sita from Ravana. Let us kill Vali first, and then we shall set out in search of Mata Sita." As soon as Sugriv spoke these words, Ram assumed his arrow, and the farmer stopped him and said, "Vali is my mortal enemy and will fight with us to his last gap." Whereupon Ram asked him the cause of the enmity with his brother Sugriv. And Sugriv, after hearing that, he started narrating. Dudumbi, the son of demon Mahisasur, continued Sugriv, was a very powerful and oppressed the gods in the heaven and the people of the earth. So this Dundubi, he was such a powerful demon that he oppressed the gods in the heaven as well as the people on the earth. Nobody could fight with him. At last, the demon went to Yama and challenged him. So he went to Dharmaraj, Yamraj, and challenged him to fight with him. Yama said, "I cannot fight with you. I therefore tell you to go to Vali at Kishinda, and he will fight with you for your satisfaction." The demon immediately came to Kishkindha and he challenged Vali to fight with him. When the latter killed the former and hurled his body in the air, which fell on the hills called Rishyamukh Parvat. All the rishis on the hills were killed by the weight of the corpse. When a rishi called Matang, he cursed Vali, saying that if the latter touched the hills, he would instantly die. So Rishyamukh Parvat was a cursed hill. So after the corpse of Dundubi, it fell on the Rishyamukh Parvat. All the rishis or the ascetics who were performing severe penance on that Rishyamukh Parvat or the mountain died when the heavy corpse, which was a few miles big, fell on that Parvat. And simultaneously, Matang Rishi, he cursed Vali that if in your lifetime you even touch this Parvat or hill, you will instantly die. Now Mayasur, the son of Dundubi, came to avenge the death of his father, but he fled to Patal through a cave when Vali gave him blows. So Vali pursued him, having posted me at the mouth of it. So here Sugriv is narrating the entire incident. That after the son of Dundubi, Mayasur, came to take revenge of the death of his father, Vali gave him severe blows with his gada, and he made his way to the Patal Lok through a cave, through an opening, and Vali followed him, and he had put Sugriv on the guard in the mouth of the cave. So for many months he did not return, though I was at the cave all the time watching it. With this, we start with the Adhyay 26 of the Granth. So during this time, demigods entered Kishkindha and sought to take possession of it. So Kishkindha was a glorious kingdom, one of the glorious kingdoms in the country that time. So demigods, they came into the scene and they started claiming the worth of ruling the kingdom. So I therefore placed a mountain at the mouth of the cave and drove all the demigods from the kingdom. Vali did not return to Kishkinda for 20 months. And from this fact, all concluded. So all the people, all the ministers of the kingdom, they concluded that he was no more. Whereupon the people of Kishkinda proclaimed me as the king against my wishes. So this was all the scene which Sugriv narrated to Lord Ram. That after waiting for several months, when I saw that my kingdom was being captured by the demigods, I drove them away and I took the seat. When my ministers and the people of the kingdom, they thought that Vali must not be alive. They made me the king against my wishes. He mentions that. In the meantime, Vali returned to the cave with the head of Mayasur, and having seen the mouth of it blocked up, he was alarmed on account of me. He immediately removed the mountain and directly came to Kishkinda. As soon as he saw me on the throne, he boiled with rage and said, "You blocked up the mouth of the cave with a view to kill me and take my kingdom." Saying so, he attacked me. But with the assistance of Nal, Nila, Jamvant, and Maruti, I escaped and made my abode on these hills, because he would not come here for the fear of the curse. Sugriv then showed the body of Dundubi to Lord Ram, who flung it at a distance with his stone. So Sugriv took him to the spot where Dundubi's body was there, the mortal corpse. Immediately, Lord Ram, what he did was he removed it with one kick. And in those times, the demons, their size was terribly big. It was a few yojans or miles. And so, after these things happened, now do one thing, said Ram. Just go and challenge Vali to fight with you. So Lord Ram instructed Sugriv that you go and challenge Vali to fight with you. Now Sugriv, he immediately went there and he challenged Vali. He went to Kishkinda and challenged him to fight with Sugriv. When Tara said to her husband, so Tara was the wife of Vali, he said to her husband, I implore you not to meet Sugriv today. So somehow she was alarmed. Her instances were telling her or somehow informing her, since in those days the wives were very much uh, devoted to their husbands. So they were alarmed of all the dangers that were supposed to befall on them. So she requested him that please avoid this time. Don't meet Sugriv this time. He comes to fight with you every 6 months, but he has not now come to combat with you 3 days after the battle you fought with him. So his wife Tara also gave him hints that see, he comes after every 6 months. But this time he has come 3 days after the previous war. So I think Ram and Lakshman have promised to help him. I therefore pray that you will not go to fight with Sugriv today. That will not do, replied Vali. I must fight with him and cut off his head. If I am killed in the fight, Angad will protect you. So saying, Vali went and attacked Sugriv. When Ram killed the former with one arrow, Tara, his wife, violently cried for her husband when Ram consoled her and advised her to marry Sugriv. At first she hesitated, but soon after she married him. Sugriv began to rule and forgot all about Ram in his luxury with his two wives, Tara and Rama. Rama was his previous wife, and Tara was Vali's wife, who was remarried to Sugriv. With this, we end chapter 26 of the Ram Vijay Granth and we come to chapter 27. Now, Ram sent Lakshman to Kishkinda because Sugriv had totally forgotten after getting the kingdom. Maruti said to Sugriv, "It is a bad thing that you have forgot Ram and left him alone in the forests. There stands Lakshman at the door of your palace. Take care, he will kill us all." Sugriv was alarmed, and having thrown himself at his feet with his wives and other monkeys, implored the pardon of Ram. He then came with all his monkeys to Ram to help him in recovering his wife Sita. Ram put his ring on one of the fingers of Maruti as a mark from him, and all the monkeys set out in search of Sita. So now the entire Vanar Sena with 5 able monkeys, Nal, Neel, Jambuvant, Maruti, and Sugriv, and the entire Vanar Sena was now searching for Mata Sita. Angad and many other monkeys who were very much mighty and powerful led the army. Now, on their way, they came across a forest and could not proceed further as they were bewildered there. It was just like a confusing place, a bhul bhulaiya, which we call in Hindi. This forest was cursed by a rishi called Dandaka, saying that those who entered it would remain there bewildered. The rishi cursed the forest. The name of the forest is Dandakaranya. So why the rishi had cursed the forest? It must be having some reason. So the reason is because his infant son was killed by the goddess of the forest. Hence, the rishi had cursed the forest. The infant son who was killed became a demon, and he now started killing all the persons and creatures that went into the forest. Now, Angada, the son of Vali, killed the demon, and as soon as he was killed, he was restored to his former form. All the monkeys hence escaped unhurt as they were repeating the name of Ram all the time in the forest. And the one who utters the name of Lord Ram, the one who chants the holy name of Lord Ram, there is no obstacle in the world, in the entire universe, which can touch that devotee. And all the monkeys, they were sincere devotees of Lord Ram. They were servants of Lord Ram. They left the forest and having searched Sita at several places in vain, at last came to a very large cave. The monkeys entered the cave, but they all fainted owing to suffocation. Maruti lifted them up with his tail and came out of the cave to a place where there was a beautiful garden. All the monkeys climbed up the trees in the garden laden with fruits, but they could not get a single fruit to eat. So the trees were filled with fruits in this beautiful garden, but somehow the monkeys were not able to eat those fruits. A mare called Suprabha came there where the monkeys were standing, and Maruti asked her who had created the garden. The mare replied, Brahmadev was pleased with Mayasur, a demon, and having created the cave for him, said, I have created this cave for you. I require you to be always in it and not to leave it under any circumstances. And if you come out of the cave, you will instantly die. So while in the cave, the demon always prayed to Vishnu for the protection of the demons on earth. So he performed austerities inside the cave. Indra was alarmed and implored Brahmadev to get the demon out of the cave anyhow. To get him out of the cave, the god created a very beautiful damsel called Hema and sent her in the cave. The demon looked at her and was captivated with her charms. Finding the demon, finding the beautiful lady, the demon was very much taken with her. She came out of the cave and he followed her, forgetting that what Brahmadev had told him. As soon as he came out, he instantly died. So, after the death of the demon, Hema was in possession of the cave and garden and soon left the kingdom of Vishnu. So, her work was complete and she was given a place in Vaikuntha by Lord Vishnu. So, placing here a mayor who was right now speaking to Maruti to guard it, to watch it. Hema told me when monkeys would come into this garden, I would be restored to my former form, said Suprabha. So this mayor or Suprabha, she said that Hema, before she departed to the Golok Vrindavan, she has given me one instruction that whenever the monkeys, who are the sincere devotees or servitors of Lord Ram, whenever they come, you just contact them. They will make you free from the bondage of this sansar. So Maruti said to her, we have eaten fruits to our heart's content, and we must now leave this place as soon as possible. We cannot see the way to the cave through which we have come here. Will you therefore be kind enough to show it to us? Whereupon Suprabha told all the monkeys to shut their eyes, and in a second they were all on a seashore. She was restored to her former form, and visiting Lord Ram, taking his blessings, she went to her husband. So this is how the chapter 27 of the Ram Vijay Granth ends here. With this note, we conclude today's episode, and in the next episode, which is the 10th episode, it has to be a very nice one. In that episode, we will see how Lord Hanuman, he will cross the ocean. He will fly and cross the oceans. How many obstacles will come on the way? And defeating all of them, he will reach Lanka and meet Mata Sita in the next episode. So, all of you are requested to stay tuned to listen to this pastime. Let us, with this note, give a Jaikara once. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ Maharaj ki jai. See you all next week again in this platform. Thank you so much.